Good day, everyone. This is Roshaine Ibero, a third-year student taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Sciences. So today, I will discuss about portfolios. Portfolios are very popular. Even for schools that have higher standards and tougher testing, portfolios are still widely used. So what exactly are portfolios? Well, if you believe that students at all levels should be doing more than studying for tests, if you believe that teachers should be doing more than teaching to test, if you believe that students should take a more active role of their learning process, and if you believe of catering to a wider variety of learners from obtaining high standards, then portfolio assessment is an idea worth exploring. Portfolios are prominently used in art, architecture, modeling, photography, and journalism. These document proficiency, skill, style, and talent with examples of actual work. In education, a portfolio is a purposeful, systematic process of collecting and evaluating students' formative and or summative assessment to document the progress and of their attainment of the learning targets. They are limited, meaningful collections of work and include guidance for the selection of content, criteria for scoring, and student self-reflection. The advantages of portfolio assessment may include combining the strength of performance assessment with a continuous record of achievement, engage students in self-evaluation and reflection which lead them to set and achieve goals. In addition, it encourages and supports critical thinking, involves students in collaborative assessment, integrate assessment with the learning, focus on self-improvement, and enhance their motivation. Furthermore, it contains examples of students' work which reinforce the importance of performance assessment and provide evidence for learning, for diagnosing learning difficulties, providing individual feedback, and explaining progress to parents. However, for its disadvantages, portfolio assessment scoring is time-consuming and not consistent. Criteria are too general and the raters are untrained. In addition, it needs time and resources to design, to review, and to score. Furthermore, it is potential for limited generalizability. There are two major types of portfolios. First is documentation portfolio, which shows students' work that illustrates achievement. It is also classified into three. First is documentation celebration, which shows students' best work. Second is documentation competence, which shows level of achievement in relation to the learning target. And lastly, documentation project, which illustrates competence and in completion of a single task. Another type is growth portfolio, which reveals change to students' proficiency over time. In planning for portfolio assessment, it includes first to establish a purpose. This involves identification of learning targets and proposed use. Next is to determine the practical aspect of the portfolio or its physical structure. This is to decide if they will use paper or digital. After the practical aspects are set, determine the nature of the content. The content must include samples, student evaluations, and teacher evaluations content. Last is to determine student reflective guidelines and scoring criteria. Now let us discuss the examples of portfolios. So I will give examples on each type of portfolios. Examples of documentation celebration may include highest scored test, highest graded paper, and best project. Example of documentation competence include mastery of each competency needed to do electrical work. Examples of documentation project include history unit final presentation or small group project in identifying chemicals in a water sample. Lastly, examples of growth portfolios are writing that shows differences in skills or drawings from the first part of the semester to the last week of the semester. So these are all about portfolios. I hope that you have learned something from this video. Thank you and God bless.